In our last video, we started discussing credit reports and all the information that they contain. Your personal information is obviously used to positively identify you, but your financial information makes up the meat and potatoes of the report, and it's what the bureaus will use when calculating your credit score. The first category we'll be discussing, public records, is probably the most straightforward. Public records are any non-confidential information under the control of a public body, such as the property appraiser or a court system. It typically consists of any judgments that were entered against you, any liens on your property, any lawsuits that you're currently involved in, and whether you've ever filed bankruptcy or gone through the foreclosure process. Although this information is public and available to anyone who has the time to conduct their own independent research, the credit bureaus have made it easier for banks and other financial institutions by aggregating all of these records in one place to save time. This information is included on your report for 10 years from the date on which any of those events took place. The next category is credit inquiries. That's right. Every time you apply for a loan, fill out an application for a credit card, or have your credit pulled by any third party, it's reported to the credit bureaus and it goes in your credit report. Each inquiry negatively affects your credit score and typically remains on your report for 2 years from the date on which it was pulled. Collections are probably the most widely known aspect of your credit report and are a bit more tricky. Collections cover delinquent accounts or past due bills that are at least 150 days old. For example, let's say you go to the doctor and receive a medical bill that's due in 30 days. 30 days comes and goes, but you forget to pay the bill. After another 150 days, the doctor's office will either give up or, more than likely, transfer your account to a third-party debt collection agency. The collection agency will then report the past due bill to one or more of the credit bureaus, and it'll appear on your credit report for the next 7 years. That is, however, unless you make a payment. If 2 years in, you decide to try to pay down the bill, it will actually extend the time period during which it appears on your credit report for another 2 years. This is because that 7-year period is calculated not from the date on which it was first reported, but from the date of the last activity on the account, which, in this case, was the partial payment that you made. I'm sure that all of that information was a lot for you to take in, so we'll wrap it up here. In the next video, we'll take a look at the fourth component of the financial aspect of your credit report, which is credit history. And we'll also walk you through how to read an actual credit report. Click the link below to move on.